Welcome to our channel, everyone. I'm Tweet Sassy, and I'm thrilled to have you here today. Today, we're diving into some surprising factors that can cause our furry friends to develop new phobias. We're talking unexpected triggers that can turn a happy-go-lucky pup into a trembling mess. We'll uncover these hidden anxieties and, more importantly, how to address them with calm, assertive energy. Stay tuned to learn more about these odd triggers and how to help your dog overcome them. Because remember, a balanced dog is a happy dog. Now, let's talk about loud noises. We've all seen our dogs tremble at the sound of fireworks or thunderstorms. But what many people don't realize is that these seemingly normal reactions can actually be the starting point for deeper phobias. Dogs experience the world through their senses, and their hearing is far more acute than ours. So when those booming fireworks erupt or thunder cracks across the sky, it's not just loud, it's a visceral experience that rattles their very core. Now, a single event might not trigger a full-blown phobia, but imagine this. Your dog is out for a walk, enjoying the fresh air, when suddenly a car backfires with a deafening bang. Your dog, caught off guard, goes into a panic. His heart races, he trembles, he might even try to bolt. This fear response, triggered by the unexpected noise, releases adrenaline into his system. And if your dog experiences similar incidents repeatedly, or if the initial event was particularly traumatic, that fear can become deeply ingrained. This is how a simple fear of loud noises can morph into a full-blown phobia. Suddenly it's not just fireworks or thunderstorms, it's the rumble of a truck, a dropped pan in the kitchen, even the neighbor's kids playing too loudly. These everyday sounds become sources of anxiety, turning your dog's world upside down. But here's the good news. You, as the pack leader, have the power to help your dog overcome this. It's all about projecting calm, assertive energy. Instead of coddling your dog when he's scared, which only reinforces the fear, you need to show him that there's nothing to be afraid of. How do you do that? By staying calm and assertive yourself. Don't baby your dog, don't make a big deal out of the noise. Instead, act like it's the most normal thing in the world. Go about your business, maintain your energy, and your dog will pick up on that. If you're calm and confident, they'll feel safe and secure. So, be the leader your dog needs you to be. We often think of our homes as our sanctuaries, places of comfort and security. And for our dogs, it's no different. Their home is their den, their safe space in the world. But what happens when that safe space is disrupted? What happens when the familiar becomes unfamiliar? This, my friends, is another unexpected trigger for phobias in dogs. Changes in their environment. Dogs thrive on routine. They find comfort in predictability, in knowing what to expect and when to expect it. So, when we introduce sudden changes to their environment, it can be incredibly unsettling for them. Think about it from your dog's perspective. Imagine walking into your home one day to find all the furniture rearranged, the walls painted a different color, the smells completely different. You'd feel disoriented, confused, maybe even a little anxious, right? Now, amplify that feeling tenfold, and that's what our dogs experience when their environment changes abruptly. It's not just about the physical changes themselves, it's about the disruption of their routine, the loss of their familiar scent markers, the feeling of being untethered from their safe space. Now, this doesn't mean you can never rearrange your furniture or move to a new home. It just means you need to be mindful of your dog's needs during these transitions. You need to help them adjust to the new normal, to re-establish their sense of security and comfort. Introduce changes gradually whenever possible. Instead of rearranging all the furniture at once, do it in stages, giving your dog time to adjust to each change. If you're moving to a new home, try to bring familiar items with you, their bed, their favorite toys, blankets that carry their scent. This will help create a sense of familiarity in the new environment, and most importantly, maintain your calm, assertive energy throughout the process. Your dog will feed off your energy and it will help them adjust more quickly. Chapter 3. The Unseen Threat. New objects and their impact on canine anxiety. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. New objects. That's right. Those seemingly harmless additions to our homes can actually be a source of significant anxiety for our canine companions. You might be thinking, how can a new lampshade or a stack of books possibly frighten a dog? Well, it's all about perception and association. Dogs experience the world through their senses, and their sense of smell is particularly powerful. It's how they navigate their world, how they recognize us, how they understand their environment. So when a new object enters their space, it brings with it a whole new set of smells. unfamiliar, unknown, and therefore potentially threatening. Imagine this. You bring home a brand new appliance, something big and shiny and full of strange smells. Your dog, naturally curious, approaches cautiously. He sniffs the air, trying to decipher this new addition to his territory. But instead of reassurance, he finds a jumble of unfamiliar scents. Factory smells, plastic smells, maybe even the faint scent of other dogs from the store. This sensory overload can be overwhelming, triggering anxiety and fear. Now imagine that same scenario, but instead of a neutral object like an appliance, it's something that moves unexpectedly, like a child's toy that sways in the breeze or a helium balloon bobbing near the ceiling. These sudden movements, coupled with the unfamiliar scents, can be particularly frightening for dogs, triggering their instinct to avoid and retreat. But it's not just about the smells and movements. New objects can also disrupt a dog's sense of security and routine. Remember, dogs thrive on predictability. They find comfort in knowing their environment, in understanding where everything belongs. So, when a new object appears out of nowhere, it disrupts that sense of order, creating a sense of unease and uncertainty. So, what can we do about it? How can we help our dogs navigate the often confusing world of new objects? Well, as always, it starts with leadership, with projecting calm, assertive energy. When you introduce a new object into your home, don't make a big deal out of it. Let them investigate at their own pace, sniffing and exploring without interference. If they seem hesitant, you can encourage them with a calm, reassuring voice, but avoid forcing them to interact with the object. The key is to create a positive association with new objects. Chapter 4: Scars that Linger: How Negative Experiences Can Lead to Lasting Phobias. Now let's talk about a more sensitive but equally important trigger for phobias in dogs' negative experiences. Just like us, dogs remember. They remember the good times, the belly rubs, the fun walks in the park. But they also remember the bad times, the scary events, the moments that triggered fear and anxiety. And unfortunately, these negative experiences can leave lasting impressions, sometimes morphing into full-blown phobias. Think about it. A trip to the vet, while often necessary, can be a stressful experience for any dog. The unfamiliar smells, the cold examination table, the poking and prodding, it's enough to make even the most stoic dog a little anxious. Now, imagine that during this already stressful experience, something else happens. Maybe there's a loud noise, maybe the dog gets an uncomfortable shot, or maybe they have to be restrained for an examination. This negative association, the vet visit paired with a scary or uncomfortable event, can create a powerful memory that triggers fear and avoidance in the future. And it's not just vet visits. Any negative experience can have a lasting impact on a dog's psyche. A bad grooming session, a scary encounter with another dog, a car accident. These events can all create negative associations that linger long after the event itself is over. The problem is, these fears, if left unaddressed, can escalate over time. What starts as a mild anxiety around certain triggers can morph into a full-blown phobia, controlling your dog's behavior and impacting their quality of life. So, what can we do? How can we help our dogs overcome these negative experiences and prevent them from developing into debilitating phobias? Well, the first step is to recognize the signs. Is your dog suddenly terrified of car rides after a minor fender bender? Are they shaking uncontrollably at the mere sight of the vet's office? These are telltale signs that a negative experience might be at the root of their fear. Once you've identified the trigger, it's time to help your dog reframe their association with it. And how do we do that? You guessed it, through calm, assertive energy and leadership. Now, this doesn't mean forcing your dog into the very situation that terrifies them. It's about gradually changing their perception, showing them that the trigger is not something to be feared. The key is to make each interaction positive and rewarding, slowly chipping away at the negative association and replacing it with a positive one. Remember, patience is key. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. I hope you found this deep dive into canine phobias helpful. Remember, our dogs rely on us to be their advocates, their protectors, and their guides. By understanding the unexpected triggers that can cause them anxiety and fear, we can create a safer, more stable world for our furry companions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on keeping your pets happy and healthy. See you next time.